Hi there. Hope you're healthy and well. Well, we've had quite the year. So, this third quarter, we have seen some positive momentum and growth in the markets, which is quite a swing since the bottom of the market that we saw March 23rd of this year. Right now, we are seeing the volatility that we knew was coming. We knew that with the US election and a second wave of COVID that this would be inevitable. Volatility is inevitable in a healthy market, and every investor is going to experience this from time to time. We can't predict how the markets will react after the US election, but we do know that we're going to feel the ups and downs. Election results will take some time to settle, and the question of a US stimulus package will also take some time. So there's going to be a direct correlation with these two things and the markets. I've got a couple of slides that I want to share with you. I'm going to share my screen here and we'll take a look. The first place I want to start is with the tale of two investors. So we have two hypothetical investors, Sharon and Barbara, and both start out with a $1,000 investment. And we're going to see how their returns look over 7 years, starting with we're going to go back to the financial crisis of 2008, 2009 to use as an example. Sharon over here, she reacts emotionally as the market declines. She sells at the bottom for 432. So she started with 1,000 and then she sells and it's only worth 432. She then rebuys into the market later when it feels better. Now over here we have Barbara. Same thing, $1,000, same timing. The difference is that she rides out the bottom of this market and holds on. We can see at the end of 7 years, Sharon is left with $531. Barbara, by staying with it, ends up with $1,232. And here's another slide about keeping cool. So this is about the emotions. With sudden dips and swings in the market, you might feel tempted to act on pure emotion, panic, or fear. By acting too quickly, you're more likely to make costly mistakes. The nervous and panic lows are not the time to sell. This is actually the time of opportunity. And I know you've heard me talk about that quite a bit. That right here is where human nature dictates that we feel better. This is when we actually want to invest. But down here is the time to invest. Probably the single most important principle of investing is that the longer you hold an investment, the more likely it is to deliver a positive return. Here's a picture of that. Historical data suggests that while most markets will experience periods of short-term volatility, over the long term, they will maintain a steady path upwards. You've heard me say this before. I know you might be tired of it. The investment always does better than the investor. 20-year annual return of an average equity fund, 8%. 20-year annual return of average investor in equity funds is 4%. This is because our human irrational need to make changes and tweak and work on emotion actually decreases. And you can see here there's a 4% return loss because of that. So it might be reassuring to know that the tension between short-term and long-term noise and fundamentals is nothing new. Over time, stock prices reflect the measure of a company's fundamentals, but it's the short term that reflect the emotions, and the emotions that we might have during elections, emotions during an economic data release, or even rumors. The slides we just went over show the upward swing and the recovery that happens with markets. So not to mention the great deals that the fund manager scooped up during the market low. We're going to see these positive returns and we're going to see that slope upwards coming into next year. My takeaway for you: stay away from being sucked in and focus on the good. Focus on family, friends, and activities that make you feel good, on the things that we can control. So In conclusion, I just want you to know that we're here for you. We can meet with you virtually, on the phone, in person right now with masks. We're trying to limit just with our COVID cases increasing. But we're here and we want to talk to you. So if you have any questions, give us a call. Thanks, and we'll talk soon.